to the United show, and Man United have started off where they left off last season, haven't they? Garth, what is going
Deja
on?
vu, mate. Deja vu.
We lost 2-1 to Brighton at home. Opening game of the season. We've never lost to them at home at all in the whole Premiership era. And this happens. Obviously, we knew it's going to be broken, didn't we? We knew that little record was going to get broken. But here's the thing. Let's not pretend. We wanted to win. We thought we was going to win. Even with the starting lineups that we thought we had. I was surprised, to be honest. I was surprised we didn't have any real player in attack. And he put the Bruno up there. I just felt you just don't do that. He's just not going to provide what a striker provides. And we totally, we felt that first half. We had no ability to do anything. We didn't even trouble them once. I don't remember troubling them at all. So that wasn't nice. But Garth, what was your thoughts on the game anyway? Let's just cover what you saw. It's just doom and gloom. Game 1 already. Bloody hell.
Well, we both got 0 points on our thing as well.
Not even 1 point.
Not even a goal scorer, mate. Yeah, it was OG, weren't it? So, I think it was Dale that said, like, quite early on after the end of the season, that you got to remember that a lot of these players that were here for the worst season we've ever seen are still going to be here this season. And that's shown today, man, because it was the same old. Rashford muted on the wing. Same with Sancho in that first half with no. And we were having a big conversation in our group, obviously, and the people were blaming other people. For me, it's the centre midfield. We have no expansion, pass that bring these players in, so they have to drop deep, like Sancho and Rashford, to try and then they're out of position. Obviously, Ten Hag, big mistake. I understand not playing Ronaldo, but where's Eriksen playing, or Bruno playing centre forward come from out of nowhere? Put Rashford through the middle, play Garnacho, play Ahmed, play anyone. You know what I mean? On the list of choices you could put in, how far down the list would that be for you, Nath? You know, I'm like I could go through 5 or 6 different things I could do before I even thinking about that one, mate. So
just on that one, it's one of the things where because he gets so far up the pitch, you think that you can put him up there, but you can't because he's running onto the ball when he's up there. He's looking at the goal. Strikers don't look at the goal; their backs to goal. It's a whole different game. Like people think that it's easy to go up front. You go up front and see how hard it is. I was listening to a podcast the other day about Luke Steele, a goalkeeper I used to play with. Yeah, and he said the same thing. He's finished playing in goal. He's now gone grassroots and played up front, and he's gone, wow, it's a totally different game up front, isn't it? Like, your back's to goal. I can't believe how hard it is and how different it is to be playing this way rather than this way. It's ridiculous. So this is the same thing when I see this. I'm like, we've got players who can play up there, who are used to playing there, and we go and do that and become toothless in attack. When we look how good we were all season, pre-season.
Oh, I can't believe it, man.
Look what we've got here. R8 says shambles today against an average Brighton side, but more to come. It will get better. That's Raj saying. Josh actually said some good things, some things that I was actually saying myself in the group. In our group. Maguire, not good enough, mate. It wasn't. The thing is, I'm gonna say it wasn't him directly, like making a mistake directly where you're looking at him going, "What are you doing? You've made this mistake. You've given the ball." No, it's. The ball got played down the line, and he doesn't want to go to the ball and slow the game down because he knows if he goes to the ball, he's done. So what he has to do, he has to now drop off and just run backwards, and just jog backwards like he looks like he's all right. But he's not all right because we're getting stretched now. Then the other player, normally what happens, the player goes out to the ball and the other people recover in a straight line. He's recovering in a straight line and they're having to go and catch the player on the ball. Doesn't make sense. You're already this side of the defense. Why is the person running back having to come and do that? That outstretches us all over the place. And then we just look open against Brighton. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not putting it right down to him because there was other players and we're going to get through that. Other players who weren't so good today. But Maguire, it starts at Maguire for me. If you don't have a person who can keep players like Welbeck under wraps, he left Man United years ago. How is he looking like a bad man today?
He looked like a bad man today as well.
And then, I bet you today we can say, you know what? Let's get Welbeck back. That's
I
just don't like it, man. It wasn't just him because, but
no.
we're going to go through the players anyway. But look,
Yeah.
King Eric says Glazers out. So Eric says the players were, I don't know, disgraceful.
Just on Glazers out. As much as I'm a Glazers out person myself, like, you can't blame them for the performances on the pitch. At the end of the day, you can blame them for taking money out of the club and everything. You know what I mean? It ain't their fault that we've got done by Barcelona over De Jong. You know what I mean? The money was there, and we've done ourselves out, and we haven't invested in the centre midfield at all. We haven't got any of our prime targets. Like, yeah, we can blame them for a lot of things, but on the match day performance, it's the 11, 13 men on that pitch who are not doing us justice. I don't know how else you can put that for me personally. There were a few players that did all right. Like, I saw some people on Twitter talking about Maguire. For me personally, the first half, he was shambolic. That whole defence was shambolic. We'll get into it, obviously. But, yeah, like, there's moments. He does a few things in the second half, and people are talking about him like he's Beckenbauer again now because he brought the ball out once or twice. And it ain't right. Well, like, Rashford again, yeah, he tried a few things here and never muted. Sancho, we don't unlock him ever. Like, this is like... Yeah, we'll get into it now, but yeah, it's madness to me. Like, things that have been going wrong for a year, 16 months, have not been ironed out. Or like, yeah. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, let's have what's going on here. So, hopefully we'll get James on from. He's at the ground, so hopefully we'll be able to get him on if we can. Hopefully, if not, we'll just continue doing as we're doing. They're gonna go through obviously the starting lineups. I'm going with De Gea getting a 6. He didn't have much that he could do. I could have probably given him a 5 because early in the game I actually wrote down in my notes, why have you kicked the ball out of play? He had loads of time, got the ball back to him, and he just booted it out of play by accident. He was trying to find someone, but it's just decision making. And I felt also that I did feel for him because Shaw's just relaxed. Like, that's why I don't want Shaw playing. He's too relaxed, mate.
Yeah.
He's just chilling. Yeah, I got my starting. No, mate. Even though Malacia looked like he came on and had got done a little bit, but got back and fouled. But
3 minutes, you get 3 minutes in the game that's that intense. You're never going to, like I said, I haven't even played amateur level. Even at amateur level, you're not going to get into that. You're going to make mistakes like that, especially as a defender. Yeah.
2 minutes of the game left anyway.
Yeah.
I know this is the thing about Ten Hag. It's hard to get the players in that he wants because they're going to be a level higher than what we're showing at the moment, and they're not going to want to come because we're not in the Champions League. That's for sure. But the thing that I've got a real problem with is who he picks on the starting lineup when it really matters. I'm looking at the side and I'm like, listen, what did I say before? We are definitely not keeping a clean sheet if Maguire plays. Now, it's like I'm saying, it's not Maguire only, but it will start from him. Martinez, he didn't look calm today. Why? Because he has to keep covering for someone else. He has to do someone else's job. If he just continues doing his own job, and Maguire could do his own job, everyone will be set. But he was out of line. Even when you look at the goal, Welbeck, who kept him on? Maguire. Thingy was pushed up, Martinez, but Maguire was slightly deeper, and that meant he was onside. That was the reason. He came there and came across him, and I was just thinking, bloody hell. Okay, maybe it's not his fault. I'm not going to say it's his.
No, it's not his fault. But again, he doesn't impose himself, does he? He doesn't. No. So before we get into these player ratings properly, let me ask you: do you think that Ten Hag made mistakes today in his team selection? Outright, there were mistakes.
He made major mistakes in his team selection because I wouldn't have played Bruno up front, and I wouldn't have put Maguire at the back with Martinez. I'm going with my strongest team. When it panned to the bench. And I'm looking at Varane on the bench, and I see Bailly not in clothes, in normal clothes. Yeah. And I'm seeing Martial obviously injured. I'm seeing Ronaldo sitting there biting his nails, and I'm like, "What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We've got the better players on the side again." And I hate that because when I look at any of these teams, you even look at your West Hams, you look at your Arsenals. When you see them, you could pick every one of their teams, and people on the bench would be on the bench. You pick our team, people are on the bench that should be playing. It's as simple as that. You got to play your players that are the best. And if you want to moan that they're injured, Varane isn't injured. He's available right now. He's a World Cup winner. He's been at Real Madrid for all them years. Okay, no problem. Play Maguire or Lindelof or Bailly, whatever, when he's injured. But when he's fit, mate, he's got to play. I don't care if he's got... It's just no problems with this. He's not going to build like continuity. Put him in. He's had his own training program all preseason now, and he's looking like he's okay. He played, and he's been training every session, he said. So he's not broken down at all. Put him in. Put him in with Martinez. So Martinez can be calm and relaxed on the ball, and Varane can be calm and relaxed on the ball, and you've got a defense. And then put Malacia in, and you're set. You fix the problem at the back, where you're going to fix the ball on the ball, moving the ball quickly. We didn't move the ball quick. Again,
No.
we didn't move the ball
slow.
quick. It was poor, man. So, yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah, because I'd go as far as to say there was like Bruno. I mean, Bruno, whoever they were playing up front, whatever the way they were playing, whoever that was, bad decision for me. McTominay and Fred in the centre, bad decision for me. Like, we'll get into it when we talk about Eriksen, but it just showed when he dropped deep how much better that was. Sure, although I would have picked him for this game, he should never even come out of that second half. That should have been two subs at half time immediately. We should have had Ronaldo on and Shaw on, and even McTominay off with that yellow card because he was looking dicey. But yeah,
can't do nothing after that, can he? You can't get into any challenges, which is his game. If you can't do that, he can't play football. So that means you got to take him off. Simple as that. You're right.
So yeah,
Stephen Garnett. Yes, Stephen. He says, "Afternoon, both. What a poor result that was. Wrong team selection. Yes, it's the first game of the season, but it's so important to start off with a win. Momentum. I'd normally be angry, but this is Man United. Exactly.
It's just disappointment now. There's no anger left, is there? It's just disappointment, man. The anger's gone. So
hard score by Graham Potter. That's liberties. So it is annoying, man. But yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like he got schooled by Graham Potter. It was again like we were saying, Danny Welbeck is bullying our centre back, like the players.
Both of them got bullied today. Yeah. Both of them got.
Can't better the players.
I weren't liking that. I weren't liking some of the stuff from Martinez either. But you know, I gotta say, like, when you gotta do more people's jobs, it is a bit harder. But anyway, De Gea, I'm giving him a 6. I should have probably given him a 5.
Yeah, I'm going 5, mate. All day a 5. That'd be for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Totally.
Do you think that the second goal he could have done more with that? I'm not really a goal. Like, I've never understood when they say you can push out further. It's like it's a reaction save. You know, like how far can you get it out? Fred for me is the one to blame there, slow on his heels. You know what I mean?
It's all too open. It's just all too open. You can't just waltz into the box like there's no one there, and you're just crying out for trouble. If that happens, you're crying out for major trouble. Yeah, I'll have some as well now. Right, so Delo, I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Yeah,
this is mine.
All right, mine's in there. So we got barbecue from yesterday, so I'm getting some
staking a claim, Nate, making sure that plate better be there when I'm out there.
I've got a full plate of chicken, and he's got a full plate of chicken, so he's like, listen, I mean, I don't know.
This show's lasted exactly 5 more minutes, people. There's barbecue. There's barbecue on the line here.
Oh, yesterday was nice. It was nice. So yeah, I took a major 2 big plates. But anyway, I'm not even going to give you the scores next time. I'm going to let you do it. Then I'm going to do my bit. So you're going to go first after this. No. I think he did okay. He did okay for this game. Maybe he should have even got a 6. I might have been a bit too harsh because there's other players I felt were worse. But I think I've given him worse results anyway. So with Dalot, he was okay on the ball, got forward a bit, but I feel like his releasing of the ball to Sancho at times when he made his move, he should have been quickly. That needs to be proactive, not waiting for him to make the run, then go, come on, man, give me the ball. Thank you. That should be move, bang. There you go. And he didn't do that well today. I wasn't happy with that. Defensively, he was okay. Wasn't, too shabby in terms, them games where he gets ripped up. He didn't get ripped up today, but again, he didn't do much. So I'm not happy with that as a fullback performance. You need more. And we need more, definitely. So, yeah, Dalot getting a 5 for me. What are you saying?
Yes, I mean, when you were talking about whether it's too harsh, not too harsh at all, Nate, he was a 5 performance today, all day. 5 performance. Like, he done all right. But again, he's another one of these main players that Man United have got now where it's like, you're not even like you're not best in class, but you're not even top tier of class. You know what I mean? You're not even in that like 10%, 15% of the best. You're just... Yeah. And this is going to sound so harsh, I mean, like, but you're just you're an attacking fullback, like McTominay's a centre midfielder. You know what I mean? Like, you do your job, but that's it. I can't look to you to make anything happen. I can't look to you to drag this game up. But to be fair, still one of his better performances from Man United after all that. He's still only 22. He's getting into that like role. He's cementing himself as the right back now. So we'll see. He's obviously our right back for the season. I don't like it, but we definitely the investment we need before September 1st. But yeah, 5 for me as well, man.
Yeah, we got a lot to do. A lot of buying to do. To be fair, I think
yeah,
we need to get three minimum, and they have to pass. And Albert Higginbottom says, please just sell Rashford. He's gone. He's done. Sorry, got some money for him while we can. I'll have a chat about him in a bit as well. Paul James says Ronaldo worked hard. He did. And he tried to make runs in behind as well. That's all you need. You just need someone who knows how to play the position when you don't have Martial there. KS1 TV, I'm not sure if that's Steve or if it's Kears. But Nave, old habits die hard. Yeah, one of them things now, isn't it? Ronaldo should have started. Exactly, Benny. Damn right. Yep. Mary says, ruined my Sunday. And Lady Deborah says, I'm embarrassed to say McTominay plays for United. As soon as he got that yellow card, I was like, he should have got the yellow card for the bad touch, not for the tackle. And he should have got red card because that would have been 2 yellows. Because that was poor. I was so poor. I was like, what are you doing, lad? Yeah. And then he nearly mashed up the guy's ankle. Like, come on. And then I was like, you know what? He needs to come off. We need to take him off because he's going to be getting into challenges. And that's what he's in the side for, to stop play and break up stuff. And if he can't do that, why is he going to play? He's like an extra man that when he gets on it, it's just like, I just give it to someone who can pass. But imagine someone who's on it who can pass. And Donny showed that straight away as well. When he came on, he was moving the ball, one touch, put Sancho in straight away. And this is what I'm saying about Donny. Them little things, people don't realize how much it makes to the whole team fluidity. The ball gets moved, popped, moved, pop, bang, bang. It's like all them little passes that need to happen before the big thing opens up. And he's the one before the big thing opens up, like he did again for Sancho. And like he did, obviously, little plays, that's fine. But just keep it moving and get people out of position and make it happen. Sancho and Rashford out. Nah, it's just, I think we didn't get any.
That may be an emotional call there, mate. That might be an emotional call there.
So we're going to Martinez first. What you got for Martinez? See what you say, because I've got him. I want you to let me know what you think. Yeah,
I won't lie. It's a 5 for me for Martinez as well. Martinez as well. It's a 5. He's done all right, but it's there you go. That's what. It wasn't a great debut. I liked what you said, so I'm probably going to steal a bit of your thunder here now. But you'd already let it out, Nate. So that teacher, you already given me a preview where you're right. He's covering for Maguire a lot. And again, I hate because I'm not getting on Maguire's case. Maguire's doing other bit, but. He didn't look lost per se, but I think the pace, I've seen it with players before, the pace of the Premier League sometimes stuns players, and he got better as the game progressed. But our defence as a whole, and I mean this, Maguire, Dalot, Martinez and Shaw were poor for both our goals. Yeah. Poor. Yeah. So, like I can see the potential there. I still don't like the height issue at centre back, but man's got a leap on him. Did you see that leap like by the halfway line? So look, he looks all right, but like I always say with the players of this team, we're so bad that you can't look good in it. No one stands out. You know what I mean? So 5 for me. So where are you going 5?
I went 5 because look, it's his first game, and he was stretched. It was like, like Varane when he came in. We knew he's a Rolls Royce, but he's stretched because he's playing with Maguire. Like, it's a nightmare. You expect him to just be nice and calm. It's easy for him. But that's why I was thinking, if you had like a Varane and a Bailly, or even Varane and Martinez, I don't think they'd get stretched ever. So they're not ever going to get stretched. They're just going to easily be able to play against any pace or whatever. You might get done, obviously, which every defender can get done. But you're never going to get done for pace unless you're playing against ridiculous pace. So Martinez, I felt he was stretched. He had to move over and go to another man many times. And then you see he's in a battle one-on-one. And you're thinking, I don't like him being in a one-on-one too much. But he done well. He won most of his battles whenever he got in them one-on-ones. But you just don't want to see him have to get in that position, if you get what I mean. But the good thing I liked about him was his agility. He's able to move quick. And when he makes them runs out of, like when he comes forward to try and win a ball, if that ball gets passed and the player tries to run, he's back with him straight away. But he kind of missed the tackle as well, that the first time that happened. He tried to slide and clear the ball, but he missed it. But the good one thing I liked was that he was there and then he got straight back straight away. It's like he's alert on everything that's going on. And I just liked the way he played, but I just felt he was stretched too much, and it just meant he was having to do two people's jobs, and it just made him not play as well as he can do. And obviously, it's a baptism of fire. This is the Prem. Get used to it, because it is not.
This is week in, week out.
Not Dutch League, mate. So you now need to. Now you're going to understand what it's needed, and you're going to need to play it. I felt he didn't get no favours from Shaw because there was no options.
Hey, sure,
again, when last year plays, same with Rashford. No, he didn't get any help because Shaw don't play the ball up to him. If he makes a run, he knows he's not going to get it because it's just slow. So yeah, that was my reason.
Before we move off Martinez, sorry, yeah.
I'm just quickly going. I feel Martinez. Not a good start, boys.
No, not a good start. Yeah. Penalty for you is shoulder charge.
100%. He done exactly what happened. He's banged him from behind, and you're like, Martinez, no, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
I was like,
Rush of blood
so lucky you didn't get that there because you don't need that on your.
Yeah, I don't know how we got away with that. The only way I can think of is it wasn't. They did it under the ref didn't make a blatant mistake. He saw it and they allowed it. You know what I mean? Because that was a blatant penalty.
We lost anyway, didn't we? So didn't make much difference to the score.
No.
It would have been if it did in the end. But Martinez, you're lucky. You would have got a 4 if that happened.
Oh yeah.
Maguire, what you got from?
Well, you presume it'd probably be. Would it be a red as well? Do you reckon? If they'd given that as a foul?
Well, he's got yellow already. Did he have a yellow already?
You know, you're right. He had a yellow already. It'll definitely be a yellow. So
another yellow than a red. Yeah. So yeah. No, actually, if it was a pen, it would have just been a pen. It was just a body to body in it. So I don't think he would have got yellow for that.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
No. All right, what you got for Maguire?
As
soon as you say it, I'm going to press it.
Yeah, well, it's a 4 for me, but let me explain. Let me explain why. Like, because I was going. It's a 4-5. Right. He got better. No, but he got better as the game went on.
But I'll talk
say
to
again.
You as well. No, I think
that's what.
Not much worse, but slightly worse. But then I thought they're both still in the 5 bracket for me.
That's exactly my thing. Like, yeah, I'm giving him a 4 because I gave Martinez a 5. I should have given him a 5 as well because he is. Well, fair enough. I can see it. I can see people saying it. I'm giving him a 4 because I gave Martinez a 5, and I thought Maguire was worse than Martinez, but it's a 5 as well for him, pretty much in it. 4-5. He's just, as I keep saying, I don't even think it's his ability per se. I think it's just the pressure's got to him, and I can understand why. You know what I mean? Like every touch, like there was little bits. Again, this is what I say about Maguire. Even when he has good games, there was a passing, like 5-yard passing. Again, he misplaces these balls 2 or 3 a game, and it really breaks down our attack. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes he does burst out of the defence and play a cross-field ball. But you'll forget, you're doing what a lot, like what not you personally, but what fans are doing is forgetting the 3 bad passes he made before that because the Hollywood ball's just come off. The first goal game, like he ain't doing himself no favours there. He gets turned for pace. Ten Hag is a good manager, and I think he is not going to have Maguire as his starting centre-back for long. He's not. Because you can't, and then you've got to start asking questions. Is there? Because I don't believe that there is people above. Telling him he's got to play, but maybe there is, man. Yeah, because why? Like
someone in there saying, "Listen, you come in this club, you sign for us as a manager, but you have to play Maguire no matter what happens. Doesn't matter. We paid 80 million for him. He's got to start. So do whatever you want with any other players, but Maguire is playing." That's what I feel.
Because I was saying that like a few months ago, I was saying, maybe it's like in training he does really well, but the consistent match performances have built up. It doesn't matter how good you are in training. I've seen you on the pitch a number of times not being able to do it. So 4-5, exactly the same. What are you feeling? How was it for you?
He's just not good enough. He's just below the levels that you need. Like, okay, on the ball he was okay. He passed the ball. I felt he was okay on the ball. Played a nice ball over to Sancho or to Bruno one time. Rashford, it went to his feet, and I was like, okay, great stuff. What you should be able to do, and what every player does at halftime anyway, when like halftime between the halftime before the game starts, the subs are on the pitch just banging balls to each other. That's normal for players, by the way. At any level, you can supposed to play a ball without anyone opposing you to a player 40 yards, 50 yards, left foot and right foot, outside of the foot, volleyed, anything you want, that ball should get to your man. So I'm not like really happy when I see that. I'm like, yeah, amazing when he put it on his Instagram. But like my point is you're there to keep these type of players quiet. You can't let Welbeck, who's not been at United for so many years, he's gone to Brighton now. He's not at a top 6 club anymore because he's not the same Welbeck. But now he looks like the old Welbeck of Man United. How can Man United make players look like dons like all the time? It doesn't make sense. And the fact that that's allowed to happen, it's on his watch. He's our captain. He's right at the heart of the defense. Yet we look open as hell. It's like a 7-Eleven. Like I say, we're always open. There's never a time when we're closed. It doesn't make no sense. So for me, it's all good on the ball, but off the ball, that's the most important thing. You need to be alert. You need to be ready, closing gaps. One time, like I said, the ball went down the side. He's running back, leaving the guy to keep running. And Deleu's having to recover and catch the guy on the ball. That doesn't make sense. You're not slowing down the guy. You're just running back because you know if you run out, you're done. And that's what he's done as well. When there's times where he has to press, he comes up and then he's like, you know what? No, I'm not pressing because I'm going to get spun. And then he leaves them. Now they've got time to turn and take shots from 30 yards. They've got time to do 1-2s all over the place. Right. So, yeah, man. So it's just, that's all I can say. It's just not, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with, you know what? It's not like personally he made like a personal mistake.
No.
It's just he makes us just not so good.
Yeah.
And we've just become a mid-table team defensively with him in there. So that means we'll never keep clean sheets, ever.
No.
We might have 1 or 2 clean sheets in our whole year. And I'm telling you now, that's what I said. Even with the what did we say about the game? I said, if Maguire starts, we ain't keeping clean sheets. So it's definitely not going to be 2-0. Might be 2-1, might be 2-2. But it's definitely not 2-0. So, yeah, I've said enough. I'm not going to go too far, but he got the same as Martinez because I just don't think he's good enough to make these players be quiet. Can he make them quiet at Garth? Can he make a Warhorse quiet?
He hasn't.
Can he make a what's his name?
A Welbeck.
A Welbeck
Watkins.
Quiet? No.
Yeah. An Ollie Watkins.
Watkins quiet? No. Can he make any of these players quiet? No. He can't quiet down.
Haaland's going to eat him up, mate. Haaland's going to eat him up. From what I saw Haaland doing in the Charity Shield, he's going to eat him up, mate. Just bash him. A Strictly Come Dancing cut. I like it.
There we go. What's this now? Thoughts on Maguire as captain, starter still. Eve should have removed the captain from this summer. Drop the player now. But all of them are better and they should be partnered. Exactly. He's not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Well said. Great comments on Maguire. Budgeons. Nathan, you're depressing me, but 100% right. We got chumped 100%. Maguire ain't good enough. Fact. We banned at Arsenal, but they're much better than us. Look at them. They got Saliba now. Saliba looked like a king at the back. And we've got... Anyway, I'm not saying no more. I
still won't admit that Arsenal are better than us. Never.
They're looking better at the moment. I'm not sure if they're better, but they're looking way better right now.
On paper, they're better.
Sure. What you got for sure?
Again, Shaw for me is another 4 because of it. I've gone down on Shaw. No, I really have. And Shaw, not so much Maguire. For me, Shaw's the worst out of all of them at the back line. He was bad today. I thought that a new fullback coming in would make him more like what happened last time. You know what I mean? And no. Oh, here's James. James is here.
We got James in, so that'll be good. We got to get James on here and see what he's got to say about this game because let's see if he's got the same thoughts as us. Because we're not happy. We're not happy. James, how you doing, James? I'm sure you've seen that game. Can you hear us?
James.
Can you hear us? I wonder if you can hear us, James. Your internet's not good. Very bad connection, James. Very bad connection. Can you get to somewhere with better connection? Or connect to someone's Wi-Fi? Can't hear anything, James. Uh-oh. We'll have to see. Get back on. We'll see if we can get back on. Let's see if we can give him a message and see. Jump back on. Yeah, jump back on with better connection, please.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I'd really like to know from James what the reaction of the crowd was like today. Because I heard them booing at half time. which, and I agree, like 2-0 down to Brighton in the first game of the season, seeing exactly what we've seen all of last year.
Yeah.
I agree with that entirely. But obviously, I switched off just before the like 20 seconds to go to set this up. So I didn't see what the crowd reaction was like at the end.
Yeah. Someone throw Molotov cocktail or two towards.
No, no violence. Just get them out.
It was just lost for words. Look what United have gone through. Oh my God. Okay, we'll get him on in a bit. But anyway, we went to the next player. We got
Shaw 4. Yeah,
I've given him a 5. Go on. Why did you say
his lack of like creativity down that wing, like you were saying earlier, stunted Rashford's like forward momentum. I saw nothing from Shaw today. I have a bad bunch from me. Shaw. Malacia's starting position is almost guaranteed if he's going to play like this, like 100%. Yeah, the whole defense, like I said, as a unit, that whole back line was particularly poor. But I'm putting extra blame on Maguire and Shaw as the veteran senior players of this team. They didn't do enough to marshal that back line. They didn't do enough to cut out the dangers that were apparent from the moment the game started, with Welbeck muscling all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, they should have known what to do for me, Shaw and Maguire. But a couple of misplaced passes from him as well. So it's a 5 for you then.
Yeah, he just didn't do anything enough. You know, I always think defensively he should be okay. Because when he comes one-on-one with anyone, he's usually fine. But like, he never gives his 100%. Like, he's playing like he's just relaxed. Like it's a flipping testimonial. Like, I'm thinking,
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. But why are you not like proactive? Why are you not attacking like mad and crossing balls and putting balls into people quick? Like, come on, man. Sit on the bench. Let Malacia play. And when Malacia's tired, you come on. Because that's all I want to see. You come on for the final 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then try and push your way to get in. That's the only way I want you to do it, because you're not doing enough, mate. You're not doing enough at all, Shaw.
No.
It's a shame, because you've got so much ability. You've got the power. You've got the pace. You've got the strength. What more do you need? You just need the urgency in your game, and you're the man. But you haven't got it. I don't know why. How did he get that one season where he was on it, and now he's just not been anywhere near it for like a whole year? It don't make no sense. So for me, he gets a 5 as well. I felt that all back 4 were all 5s, if you noticed, because they're just not good enough. They just wasn't playing well enough. That's me. Fred, what you got for Fred?
For me, Fred, I was stunned they took Fred off when they took Fred off. He wasn't the worst out of him and McTominay. He wasn't the worst for me. I'm seeing someone in the comments said that he gave away a lot of balls. I don't remember. We see different things, don't we? You know what I mean? I'm sure he did, because we were awful today. Yeah, so for me, Fred's getting a 5. Oh, you're going 4. You've gone 4. Fair enough. Like, yeah, I was going 5. Yeah, I'm stunned at that. I'm like, I obviously didn't. A lot of people are saying he had a bad game, so there's obviously something that I missed. Be it going to make a cup of tea or something. You know what I mean? Where this has come from. But yeah, so this why 4 for you? Why?
He played like the last season, Fred, when he was put in defensive midfield. Like, he just gave the ball away under pressure straight away. Gave them the ball when he was on the edge of the box, and he played a no look. It's not no look, but without looking, he's tried to play it. Put them straight in. Went straight away, won the ball back. So I was like, okay, that's fine, but you still lost the ball when you should never be losing it there. Then there was just like 3-4 next passages of play. He just kept losing it every single time. And I was like, nah, Fred, what happened to the preseason Fred, man? Come on, you can do this. He just wasn't getting into the players what I wanted. He played a nice ball down the line for Rashford. Very nice ball, one touch, after nice bits of play with other players. But overall, I felt like he wasn't having the best of games, but I would have definitely not taken him off. I would have taken McTominay off just because of that yellow card.
Yellow card, yeah.
And knowing that we would have been able to, he can still do bits. You know what I mean? When he still makes the mistakes, he's a player who can redeem himself because he's got other stuff in his locker. But so I would never have taken him off, to be fair, but he wasn't having the best of games. So he did, because he was not just quiet, he made the mistakes on top. I'm giving him a 4.
Yeah, the couple of times I agree. Now you're saying that, I can remember couple of times, but I was in my mind. It's like, where are his options? You know, I mean, he still made mistakes. I see where you're coming from, but it was just a flat performance from everyone. The difference, what you said there, where was the preseason, Fred? Where's the preseason team with people offering themselves for the ball game, like taking risks, taking chances with the ball?
You know why? Because we got the same back 4 again.
Yeah.
We had Shaw, who didn't move.
Yeah.
We have Dalot, who wasn't playing so well. Maguire, who's slowed the game down a bit too much, I think. Just move it quick and make it happen. But that only happens when the others move it quick. So if Malacia's on, he'll move it quick. Martinez will move it quick. We'll force Maguire to move it quick. Then Dalot will move it quick. Then you got Fred, who will get options because other people will be moving. And then Sancho and Rashford actually will get the ball. But what happened is there's no one running them that way. So then they're all just standing in, like, kind of in and around each other. There's no chance to move anyone and stretch anyone going that way. So you just never saw the kind of football you wanted to see. So yeah, that's my reason for Fred. Yeah. Let's move on quickly because we're going to take.
This is. I just realised that.
It gets a 4 as well.
They're 4. No, that's same here, mate. We've said everything we need to say about McTominay at the start of the show. Good squad player. Shouldn't be a starter. Look, bottom line, and yellow card should have been off at half time 100%. Because when we get to Eriksen, it shows what you're talking about the speed of passing. The moment Eriksen's playing deeper, he's spraying balls everywhere. But yeah, so 4, blatant 4 for me for McTominay.
No leaders, Nathan. Damn right.
Yeah.
Nobody will come to this club after that performance. Yeah, so McTominay didn't show any quality on the ball, and bad touch. So I said should have been a yellow card for the bad touch, and then should have been another yellow card for the actual tackle on his ankle.
Quickly on that, is that a red for you? I was about to say, is that a red for you in general? No, it is just a yellow.
He should have got a yellow for the bad touch.
No, but what I'm saying is the commentators were saying it could have been a red. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that as being, I know it's over the ball.
If he didn't get the ball first, he might have got a red. But because he got the ball, I wouldn't give him a red there. It's not fair. But then I just thought, you know what? He's definitely not going to be able to play now, play his game, because there's nothing else to his game that can help us at all. So, yeah, exactly, Nathan, 100% agree. Danya La Araya. I don't know if I said it right, but yeah. And then we move on to Eriksen. What do you think Eriksen got?
For me, Eriksen was a 7. I really I know in a bad performance, but once he dropped it, if he'd played the entire game where he was playing, it'd probably been a 5 or 6 again. Yeah. But once he dropped deep, it gave you a glimpse of what it could be like with having a ball player, a deep lying ball player, picking out. Maybe I'm a little hype, but I'm going to stick with a 7. Picking out players, seeing runs, seeing the entire pitch, wow. Yeah. Oh yeah, but seeing the entire pitch, like being able to spray a ball, picking out men, like but 100% first off, but like you said, you made the point again. He's not a player. Him or Bruno, with their backs to goal, that's going to be their most efficient. So 7 for me. I can see why it's a 6, though. You know what I mean? But did you think he put in a good performance for his debut, though? At least. Yeah,
I felt he done all right. That's why I gave him a 6 because look. On the ball, always going to be top notch. Trying to find people, he found some good balls as well and some misplaced ones, but he always looked in control. When he was done, when he was the last man, he won the ball back and got it out of play calmly. So I like that. But the thing is, I knew that you got to have runners to be that kind of player in attacking midfield. You got to find your runners. If you can't find your runners, then obviously there's nothing you can do. Let's see if James can get himself. If James is sorted now.
Yeah, James, is he all right?
Yeah, there he is.
How are you doing?
He fixed his internet. Yes. Yeah, we're just chewing the fat about the game. Obviously, same old. We started off where we finished last season, so we're talking about it. But look, we just wanted to hear your reaction to it as well, because let's see if it's pretty much along the same lines of what we were seeing as well. What you got to say on this one, James?
Mixed thoughts, to be honest. Listen, first of all, some positives in there. I actually thought Maguire was okay today. I thought he was okay. I thought the centre backs were good, Maguire and Martinez. I thought Eriksen played well. So that's probably where the positives finished, to be honest. I think the rest of the team was relatively poor. I thought De Gea was poor, and the fullbacks were very poor, but they weren't helped with by Rashford or Sancho in front of them. To be honest, they weren't good. I just want to touch on something. I'm gonna mention it with the guys later on, but the biggest problem for me, and it may cause a bit of an uproar, but our fan base is so toxic, man, and I mean like so toxic, right? So this is my issue with it. Like last season, we spent like months clambering for Ten Hag, saying like, this is the man, trust the progress, like we're going to do everything, like honestly, we're going to give him time, we're going to back him to the hilt, like we'll just give Ten Hag everything. 10 minutes it took today, right? 10 minutes it took for the fan base to boo De Gea for not kicking the ball out quickly, right? It's obviously a very, very clear instruction tactically from Ten Hag that you play out from the back, and if there's no one there, then you recycle it and you wait until there's a free man and then you play it. So it's like you've called for this manager to come in and like you've said you're going to back him with everything, but then you're doing and hissing and waiting like and pressuring De Gea into kicking it long. We then obviously lose the first ball, we lose the second ball, and Brighton go on the attack, and I'm just like, I just don't like it. And then you're asking Fred to shoot from 30 yards, and when he balloons it over, you're saying, oh, he's useless. And it's like, I just don't get our fan base sometimes. It's like, the guy was hired 2 months ago. He's been in the job and played on the pitch for the last month, and you're expecting him to turn water into wine and stuff and like polish a turd for all intents and purposes. Like realistically, it's not much different than it was last season. Like Faz is having his little rant now. I don't know if you can see that, but Faz and Marcel are about to rant, and they're all having their bit to say. But yeah, I don't know. What were your guys' thoughts? Do you think it was the same?
Well, I'm glad you touched on the atmosphere, because I was wondering exactly that. What was it like at full time? Was it bad? Was it bad?
It was really toxic at half time, right? Really toxic at half time.
Yeah, because I heard the booing at half time. So
yeah, it was really toxic with the boos at half time, and then full time, and there was quite a few boos, quite a few people left early, and the atmosphere coming out of the ground wasn't great. But at the end of the day, I just think like, listen, people of my age that have supported Man United, right? I was speaking to Nate about it the other day. We go one of two ways, right? We're either very, very grateful for everything we've witnessed. Like I grew up in the Fergie era, right? So I'm basically, I knew nothing but my local club winning everything and finishing no lower than third in the league and winning a cup basically every other season for the majority of my life, for the first 26 years of my life. So I've been really spoiled. But with that, some people my age are also really spoiled, and they're entitled, and they think they have a right to win every game and play perfect football and do all this. And realistically, that's not the case, man. Like, I'm so lucky that the team that happened to be the best team in the world when I was growing up literally plays round the corner. Like, that's amazing for me. Like, I'm so lucky that I've got to witness that. I got to travel around the world watching the club that I love play. But I'm just like, I think some people are just so entitled, and I don't get it. Like, I really don't. You're going to hear the guys later on. For people that don't know, I'm just with the United lads that literally filming down there. And you're going to hear people just going on players. And I'm like, if you think just players are the issue at this football club, you've got a lot to learn about the history of our football club and where we've come from.
It's right. You're right. The only thing that we were talking about the statistics, the stats of each player and stuff. And I gave every player at the back a 5. Everyone got a 5 for me. I felt that it was just not good enough overall. Martinez didn't have the best of starts. He's still good. There's still good things about his game. I felt Maguire, he needs help, and I felt like Martinez had to cover him quite a bit, which meant that Martinez didn't have as good a game as he should have. He didn't do anything on the ball himself bad, but I just felt like when you've got a defense like we've got, we should be able to keep these type of players quiet. Welbeck should not look that good against us, and I think that every time we play against them big, all the lower teams, there's always one of their strikers looking too good. Like, we should buy him because he looks that good. And that's
there is, man, but you've got to realise, like, they're a very, very well coached team, right? Graham Potter's an excellent coach. They've had the same manager for a while now. They lost their 2 best players in the summer, and their new players have fit right into that system. They play excellent little football. They press well, little triangles, like really, really well drilled. And to be honest, they battered us 4-0 last season at their place, and at our place the last 2 times we've won. Actually, they've looked really good value for their loss, and they were really good. So they're a good football team. So take nothing away from Brighton, they're fantastic. Did we allow them to be that good today? Yeah, maybe potentially, but at the same time, they were a good team. But that just shows what happens when you stick with a coach and you literally like trust in their philosophy and go with it, right? Because like people could have been like, "Oh, Graham Potter, not a big name coach. We'll get rid of him. We're fighting relegation. We're not going to trust the process." But they kept hold of him, and they're reaping the rewards now. And I've seen people joke about Ten Hag out. They can't deal with this style, and it's just crazy, man.
No, far too early.
Let me give someone a shout to try and get their thoughts. Oi, Marcel.
Hey.
I want to bring a lad in 1 minute. You recognise this one, right?
Hey,
yeah, man. What has happened? What's happened, Mr. Positive? How positive, Marcel?
I will say it's just the first game, God. It's just the first game. Listen, I'll be honest, it's just the first game. But these players, it just looks like the exact same issue. They reverted to type. Fred reverted to type at times. the players just weren't playing good enough. I mean, Maguire actually played all right. I wouldn't want to criticize Maguire's performance too tough, but Rashford looked like the old Rashford at times. Could Sancho get involved in the game a bit more after the first 20 minutes? He wasn't involved. We didn't play a striker, but we had two false nines today. Whenever Ericsson and then Bruno at times, it didn't make any sense. There was no real structure to the side. I mean, it's an issue. And then Fred makes mistakes. He's trying to pass it out to the low. Can't make a simple 5-yard pass just in the beginning of the game. Then the low, just at the beginning of the game, can't control and play a simple pass down the line to Sancho. Basics of the game.
So I'm just gonna ask him because I've not had a chance to speak to him about it yet. What do you think? Like, you're positive. What did you think about the atmosphere in the stadium?
It's always been a thing. I'm trying, James, to get like a fan forum or something so that we can try and increase this. You know, it's at times Brighton's telling us it's a library in there. Do you know what I mean? So we need somehow as the fan base to get, but at the same time, players need to give us something. Once they do and we get a goal, I don't know who scored it. I haven't checked the play.
It's an OG. It's an OG. Yeah, it's an OG.
But once it happens, Garth. Now everyone's amped up. We want to get something. But, you know, they have to give us something. And that's the exchange of a player and fan relationship.
So this is my point, right? So when it comes down to, like, support, like I said, I've been brought up probably a little bit differently, but I've always been told to support my team, right? If you're 1-0 down, you've got a better chance of coming round and turning it round if you show support for your club and your players rather than, like, crash them and boo them, right? So for me, like, if you look, our best period of the game came after we scored the first goal, right? And after we scored the first goal, actually the fan base got up, and then all of a sudden we pinned them in their half, and we probably had 10 minutes of, like, sustained possession and chance after chance after chance, right? Whereas before that, when it's toxic and every single mistake is being jeered or booed, it's like, that's a really hard situation to play under. Like, if I knew every single time I made a mistake at work, like a slight mistake, I was going to have people, like, shouting or booing or jeering me, it made me think twice about that. And, like, it's no wonder you've got De Gea, Maguire and Martinez that are going to wait for a safe ball to play at the back, because they know they're going to get absolutely shit on, basically, if they misplace a pass. And, like, your risk takers like Bruno and people like that. Oh God, I think Marcel's off. I think it's next time. I'm gonna have to go, guys. But I'm gonna have to go. But enjoy the show. Sorry the result was shit. He's going. I'm going. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Sorry it was quick.
No, good, mate. Yeah, thanks.
Cheers, Bob.
Bye-bye. Yeah, exactly. You know what? He makes a great point there about back your players and back your club. You know, you're supposed to, when you go down there, you shouldn't be a morgue. You see Cristiano saying, come on. That's what we needed to see. We needed everyone to back the players, and you don't want to get on their back. But at the same time, you need something to actually, you know, to be happy about. And to me, you know, I didn't see, you know, the thing is, like, I see different things. So I'm still sticking with my whole thought of the Maguire issue.
No, 100%.
Not good enough for me. And he didn't do too bad. That's why he's got the same as everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I was going sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I was just going with the fact is that it's this knock-on effect to other players not playing so well. And obviously on the looks of it on the outside, that's fine. Statistically, if you're looking at stats and stuff, everyone would be pretty much around the same 5. But when you look at what football needs and the kind of like what you need as, you know, as a partnership, as a team all together, that is what kills you. Just like what you was talking earlier, you mentioned something about Bruno and Thingy up front, and I'm like, yeah, but Ten Hag can't even expect more from them because they can't run in behind, they can't be back to goal, they can't do that. It's impossible. So you can't say, guys, do better. No, you can't. It's impossible. You need to get someone on who can do better. Then if he's not doing better, say, listen, do better. You get what I mean? So there's a big difference. Go on, Garth. What was you saying there?
No, I was going to say, if we'd had more time, I would have deep dived on the Maguire. Why because it must have been far different performance in the stadium, like seeing it live, than it was on the TV. Because I can't see, because then both of them were making a point to say he played all right. I wouldn't go that far. Maybe it wasn't as bad as we're thinking, but I wouldn't be going as far as to being like, you know what I mean? So
he did do all right, yeah. My point is, he did do okay if you're just looking at him and going, what did you do? You didn't get ran in behind, you didn't get smashed, you didn't make a personal mistake. That's fine. But I look at things completely like McTominay. He didn't do anything majorly wrong, but he didn't do anything, if you get what I mean. So do you say, he was okay, he didn't do anything wrong? Or do you say, listen, we need higher standards of that? You know, and that's what I'm saying about United right now. Is we're playing, we've got players who are better on the bench, and we're saying he played okay. Like, that is not good enough. For me, it's not good enough. Whatever anyone says, I don't want Brighton looking good. I don't care if they're playing well. Man City don't say, by the way, Brighton played well. They just take care of business and destroy them. Like, no matter what it is, 6-0. 6-0. Come on then, 6-0. Bang. We'll keep 80% of the ball and we'll score 6 goals. And you won't have a touch. That's what I want United. We're nowhere near that yet, so I do get his point. We're not at that stage yet as well. So we do have to understand where we're at and what we can actually do. And it's going to be tight games against the Brightons these days. But again, we've got Varane in our defence, man. He's good enough to keep them quiet. So why aren't we playing him? That's all I'm saying. You know? Anyway, let's speed this up because we're nearly at an hour now. So
getting your money's worth today, people. Getting your money's worth for a post, mate.
So let's quickly. Let me just.
But I won't like how I had this with Rio, Vidic, and Stam. They're three of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're too good. Yeah.
Like we ain't getting that player at the moment, but I know where you're coming from. I agree. Maguire is not good enough for this team. So
yeah, I'm going to put Rashford, Sancho, and Fernandes in. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I think of them. Rashford gets a 5. Sancho gets a 6. Bruno gets a 5. Rashford, quiet, not moving, not doing anything. Kind of back to his old self, but still with a little bit more energy about him. And you can see he was like not so confident in front of goal because he should be scoring 2 of those goals at least, or hitting the target at least.
The one with the ball across the floor, he has to finish that. I know they said it was offside, but I reckon VAR would have overturned that as an actual goal, man.
It doesn't even matter. If you're a striker, you putting that in. Don't care if it's offside or not. You better put that in or hit the target. Not good enough for me. Sancho, not in the game much first half, but you can see as soon as we got the ball down and started getting him the ball, things started to happen. That's all you need with him. You need to give him service and ball early so he can run at you. Started showing it towards the end. That's why he gets a slightly higher than a 5. Bruno Fernandes, not in the game up front. He can't play up front. No chance. And again, he's trying to play some balls that got cut out that you shouldn't really be trying to play. Overall, done okay. But like I say, we lost 2-0 and didn't really make much difference to the game. So they're my 3. What do you think of them?
I'm on the same wavelength with you. I'd give Sancho a 5 personally. But again, it's a bit like what we're talking about Maguire. Like, yeah, he done better than the other 2. So if I'm giving the other 2 a 5, then maybe I'll give him a 6 like with Maguire. I think he did a little bit worse giving him a 4. But no, they're 5s for me. They're 5s for me. Sancho's passing looks awesome. He's got a couple of lovely balls in this game today. But Fernandes most disappointing for me. Rashford, I don't want to say it, but like touch wood, I'm wrong. But he might be done as a top tier player at Man United now. Like if this form continues, like it's one game, so we'll give him a chance. But he was the worst out of the front 3 in the friendlies, if we're being honest about it. You know what I mean? Like Sancho and Martial are far better than him. So he was Martial, but Bruno the worst for me. Sorry, misplaced passes again. Like a bit lackadaisical, like very lackadaisical. In fact, especially when we're 2-1 down. So this is what I said about straight for sure. I said that about he wasn't getting the service either, and when he did, Sancho made something of it. So Sancho the best, Bruno the worst, and Rashford just doing a Rashford performance that we've seen for the last year now. Not much.
Oh, agreed. So then the bench came on. Ronaldo, I'm giving him a 6 because he played better than the other players. Actually looked lively. Donny played a 6 as well for me because when he came on, he moved the ball quite well and nearly made something happen for Sancho as well. So he looked like a player who we need to have in the side that can get that ball moving. Yeah. I think you play the right players. We will get that ball moving all over the park and look amazing. I'm telling you.
We can't go into Brentford with the same centre midfield and the same centre back partnership. We can't, because otherwise we're just like exactly what you've been saying. We're asking to concede again. So
so that's what's going to happen, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's just not good enough. The team selection isn't right yet. I'm hoping Ten Hag sees that the starting lineup is just not right. I like the fact that he has started with this and he has realised what's going to happen, because now he can now go, right, I've tried you. Let's try this other thing. And if that works well, then I can stick with it. It's not like, you know what, I'm not playing you, Maguire. No, I'm not playing you, Lindelof. You're not even in the squad today. But if he's not playing certain players, then there's a chance for loads of people to say, listen, I told you should have played him. But he started with the people who everybody says should play. Or, not everybody, you know what I mean? Like must be the chairman and all that saying should play. So anyway, that's what I think. And now he can go, right, let's go with Varane and Martinez next game. Yeah. Let's see how you guys do. Let's get Garnacho on for Rashford. Because Rashford, I still don't, like I said, I would put Rashford up front in this game. I would not.
That's right.
He's not a winger. You tell me any time he does anything from the left wing and scores. When does he ever pick up the ball one-on-one and you go, and he does a Luis Diaz or a
Not recent, not recently, yeah.
He never ever look. If you even look at all his goals, most of the time it's you're in and behind, bang, goal. You're in and behind, bang, goal. You're not often do you get the ball, cut someone, 1-2, get it back, goal, or just open up, whip it. He doesn't often do that. And I just don't think he's that good as a left winger. Again, he's not as good. He's not like a potent striker, like number 9 real out and out. But for me, that's where he came in. He started for us and he scored plenty goals for us. Then we move him out left and it's just not been the same for me. I don't think he's the same. And Rashford does need Martial. You're damn right, Jules. Because is that Jules from ESPN, yeah? Yes, Jules. I don't know if you see the ESPN. I love ESPN as well. But Liverpool fans complaining that their performance was terrible at Fulham, but was still 10 times better than our performance. Looked good in pre-season. See? That's what happens. But anyway, we've come to the end. We definitely come to the end, Garth. Any last remarks?
Oh, just before, I was going to say about Ronaldo, but apart from that, I don't think it was a mistake not to play Ronaldo. I think after everything Ronaldo's done pre-season, that was the right thing to do. Ten Hag made a mistake then in what he put out on the pitch. He should have put Rashford through the centre and someone else out on the wing, not Bruno or Eriksen as these 2 false 9. But I don't blame him for not playing Ronaldo. I really don't. After everything he's done pre-season, so
yeah. Well, I think we should just, as long as there was a striker up there, anyone who played before, I wouldn't have minded seeing Garnacho start.
That was the big, that was the big mistake for me today. Was this?
Yeah.
No striker.
Alanga.
Yeah.
And we put Rashford up front and Alanga, or even Alanga up front.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just someone who's played up front before.
That's the baffling thing. We've got many options in that team to have done. This was when we started. The list just goes deep before I start thinking about playing Fernandes and Eriksen as 2 false 9s, no striker in that team. You know what I mean? So yeah. Bad choice for me today for Ten Hag.
My goodness me. So what we have, next game is 5:30 next Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
Sports. So that is our next game. So obviously we'll be looking to come on at 7:30 after that one, won't we? On Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, 7:30. Yeah.
7:30. We'll be on Friday as well at 5 o'clock to give the preview for this one. See what the latest news is. Hopefully we'll have some new players in as well. But yeah, we'll see. Back to the drawing boards for the boss. No, just pick your right players. Pick the best players. You'll be set. I'm just happy he's seen Shaw and he's seen what these other boys can do. And then he's going to be forced to pick the best players of that bunch. And that's all I want to see. So I'm happy.
Sorry, it's going to sound silly, but team selection for Man United now is going to make or break his tenure as manager. Like who he picks, who he puts in the team, making sure that's correct is going to, we'll say. But anyway, sorry, yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, with that being said, guys, we are finally at the end. We had an extended
bumper.
So yeah, guys, have a good one. Hopefully as good as you can make it now after the first game of season loss. Don't be too upset. There's so many more games to go. And we'll see you next Saturday. Peace.